Hi everyone, what is going on? My name is Jamie Palmer. Welcome to another episode with the Buy and Destroyer 8.0. Now in today's video, we're talking all about trends. How to trade the Mogwai strategy with the trend. Now before we get into this video, I'd like to apologize for not doing a YouTube live this evening. I was planning to do a live trading session with you, film it all for my YouTube channel, but I had some technical issues with my webcam and microphone. Since I moved into my new house, all my technology is breaking on me. I've my microphone, my webcam, my iPad, my screen, everything's just falling apart on me. But hopefully very soon I'll have my new office set up and we can crack on with some live trading sessions with you. Now, what I've got on my screen in front of me is I've got gold with the Buy and Destroyer on the left screen here, and I've got gold on the 15 minutes on the right screen here. Now, when it comes to trading, whether you're trading the Buy and Destroyer or pure price action, we have to do a top-down analysis. So we're choosing a time frame that we're trading off. We then look at a higher time frames to get a confirmation of what is actually happening. So what we're going to do is we're going to be placing a trade, or placing maybe potentially a couple of trades, see what happens, with gold on the 1 minute time frame. So we're trading the Mogwai strategy with the Buy and Destroyer on the 1 minute time frame. So MACD overbought, support and resistance, Mogwai signals, you get the idea. And then we'll look at the 15-minute time frame to get a confirmation. Is this with the trend or is it against the trend? Now, believe it or not, a lot of traders kind of forget about this subject or this skill. They focus so much about the strategy, you know, finding the holy grail strategy. But you need to understand that it's not just about the strategy. You've got to know what to do once you are in a trade. How do you manage it? Where do you put your stop loss? Where do you put your take profit? You know, sometimes you see my YouTube videos, you know, when you see me closing trades early or holding trades. Well, that comes down to experience. You know, if the trade's with the trend, I know I can get more pips out of it. I know I can use a trailing stop loss, etc. Sometimes I will look at the market, it's slowing down, it's against the trend, and I'll just close the trade off, you know, at break even or in a small profit. At the end of the day, I don't particularly want to hold trades open. But this comes down to experience. You know, you're not just going to take trades and in every trade go 100 pips. You know, some trades might go 200, some trades might go 50 pips. It's all about managing those trades. Now, the reason why we talk about that is we had a nice, let me just bring it up here, is we had a nice little, just bring it up like this here. Okay, there we go there. So we actually have on the screen right in front of me is gold on the 1 hour time frame. And as you can see here, we've got 3 setups. 1, 2, 3. Now, obviously, we don't count this one because the TCA line, we wait for the TCA line to turn green just to give that extra confirmation. So this is why we focus on this one here. Obviously, that's against the trend. This one's with the trend, and well, nothing's happened so far at the minute here. Price is still below the TCA line, but just looking at the overall direction, you can see that we've got a downtrend, we've got a pullback, we've got a downtrend. And in fact, that is our first second low. So as you can see here, if we just join all the dots, you can see that this low is lower than that one, and that low is lower than that one. So it's a downtrend, okay? And when you look at that, you can see that this is a beautiful setup with the trend. Now, as soon as that setup appeared, okay, which was there, we didn't get that lower low. All we got was this here. Now, how do we tell that this is going to be a good trade with the trend or a bad trade with or against the trend? We look at the higher time frame. So we're trading off the 1 hour, okay? We look at the daily and we can see a nice area of resistance at the top. In fact, we have a nice little Mogwai signal at the top there, which is great little sell off the daily time frame, but we're not particularly looking at the setups on the daily, okay? We're not trading off the daily, remember, we're trading off the 1 hour, right? We're only looking at the daily to get a confirmation what's actually happening, okay? So if we just focus on the 1 hour now, you can see, first of all, we've got an area of resistance here. I'm sure if I go to the monthly, that's going to be an area here. Let's have a look. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's probably, let's have a look at the weekly. It's somewhere up there. Okay, there we go there. So you can see here that weekly resistance, right? So when you go down to the daily, that explains why we have a massive sell-off there. It's because on the monthly and weekly, you got a resistance there at the top, okay? As price comes down now, okay, we created off the daily this nice little area of support, okay? And you can see here, we have a support, we have a support, we have a support, okay? And then what actually happened after that support was it got broken. See how it got broken there? Okay, got broken, created a new low, and then price pulled back to this resistance area. Well, it was the support, now resistance. See that? Right? So you can see now we've got this nice little kind of support line. Price has broken it, retouched it, and now we've got a potential move. And in fact, as well on the daily, you can see that how price is going lower here. See that? Now, this resistance area, believe it or not, lines up perfectly with this signal here. Now, the best part about the Mogwai strategy is you get signals around support and resistance, right? You get them around support and resistance, which is really, really good. And that's why I like the Mogwai strategy. You're either going to get a trade that's with the trend, you're either going to get a trade that's against the trend. It's quite simple, right? And it's about understanding which one to manage or take. You know, I take both trades with the trend against the trend. So when you see me closing trades off early, they're against the trend, or I just don't generally like the setup after it's happened, you know, and that's pretty much it. So what we've got now is we've got the binary destroyer on gold on the 1 minute time frame on the left screen, and we've got gold on the 15 minutes on the right screen. So what we're going to basically do is exactly what I've just explained to you. We're going to look for setups off the 1 minute time frame. We're trading off the 1 minute time frame, but we're going to have a quick look at the 15 minute time frame to get a direction of a currency pair. What's actually happening? Is it a good setup? Is it with the trend? Is it against the trend? Let's find out. Okay, now on the 15 minute charts, you've noticed I've got some moving average. I'm not going to tell you what the moving averages are. I'm going to keep it exclusive to the BD members, but quite simple. Okay, we use moving averages to confirm direction of a trend. So as you can see here, price is below the moving averages. We've got this kind of rainbow pattern. This confirms it with a downtrend. As soon as we cross over, we go into an uptrend. Okay, so quite simple. You know, when we're below the moving average, downtrend, we cross over, going above it, it's an uptrend. That's pretty much what we're looking for. Okay, so yeah, let's do it. Let's see if we can take a couple of setups. Let's see if we maybe find one or two. For some reason I had a blue box here. Let me get rid of that there. Okay, so let's just forget that box there. Let's just find the next setup and see what happens. Okay, I'm just gonna put. Oh, hold on. That was not good. Okay, so I've got 3 setups here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Are they good setups? Are they bad setups? Well, clearly by looking at the direction of the bands, you can see that it's an uptrend. Okay, it's against the trend. You can see up to 1 minute. I don't need to go to the 15 minutes to tell me that. Okay, it's against the trend. But let's have a look at the 15 minute charts. Let's see what the 15 minute charts is saying. Okay, so the 15 minute charts is telling me it's an uptrend. We've started to cross over. So these trades are against the trend. So they're not trades that I would be looking to take. Now you can get a quick scalp of taking trades that are against the trend, but I would recommend you not doing that. If you're a trader and if you're a beginner in trading, I would only look to take trades with the trend. It's going to help you build up your own trading emotion. It's going to help you stay disciplined. It's going to help you stay patient. And not only that, it's going to help you stay consistent. You know, if you're taking trades with the trend, you can get a lot more pips. I've just marked up this area of resistance here just to see what price is doing. If price is moving or switched trends, you know, it's gone from a downtrend to an uptrend, I'm looking to see where price goes. Okay, so I've just marked it up there as an area of resistance to see what happens. Okay, and again, let's just focus in on that. So price is still going up, and we knew that anyway. You know, we knew. Oh, hang on here, we popped a signal here. I'm just going to pause it because look at the rejection wicks there. Look at that rejection wick. I bet you any money that. Oh look, there you go. How did I know that? It's magic. When price trends, it's always going into a certain direction, right? The only time a trend will change direction is if somebody moves it, okay? Buyers and sellers coming into the market. You know, if there's an uptrend, it means there's a lot of buyers, right? So if there's a downtrend happen, it means there's a lot of sellers. So sellers have got to come into play to drive this particular to drive gold down. Now, why would that happen? Well, a key area of resistance, maybe a demand area, maybe a trend line, whatever. Okay, you need to find the reason why sellers would come here and drive the price down. So this, looking at this setup here, this would actually be a nice little counter trend trade. So we can take maybe 10, or in fact this is gold, so you can probably take maybe 100, 200 pips out of this trade. Okay, it's a nice little trade against the trend. It's not a trade that's with the trend, it's a trade that's against the trend. So as you can see here, okay, I mean, I'm not going to go it back too much, but you wait till the TCA line changes colour, you would have got a good little pips target at the bottom of the zone, nothing wrong with that. But I'm pretty sure, let's see what happens next. Like I said, we'll just see what happens. Okay, so it looks like we're going into a downtrend now. So we did actually bounce off that resistance at the top, but it looks like here, hold on, thought we were going to get a setup there. Again, we're just going to wait for the next setup and we will see what happens. And this is something that I would recommend you doing at home as well, whether you've got the buy and destroyer, whether you're not, or you've got price action or someone else's indicator, is the difference between being successful at trading and not is knowing the setups that appear. It's not just going, well, an arrow has appeared, let's take a trade. It's about understanding why that arrow appeared. Why did it appear? Okay. You'll find 9 times out of 10 that Mogwai signals appear around support and resistance. I mean, a prime example of that is that little sell at the top there. We knew that that was off that 15-minute resistance at the top. And that's good. And like, especially when you trade the binary destroyer, is that, you're going to get setups with, with support and resistance. It's about knowing which ones to take. And that comes down to experience. Okay, look. Keep an eye on it again. Okay, so we've got a nice little, I'm just going to pause it there. We've got a nice little sell-off here. I really like this setup. MACD's gone overbought. Mogwai signal. Now I'm just going to have a quick look at the 15 minutes. Okay, so again, look, notice our 15-minute time frame is gone back up to that resistance. So you can see that Mogwai signals appear around support and resistance levels. Now again, we're above the moving averages, right? So again, this is a trade that's against the trend. Again, there's nothing wrong with taking that, but just understanding that it is against the trend. You target the bottom of the zone there, in and out, can't complain. But what we're looking for is a buy signal. We're looking for a buy. So what we'd want to see is, obviously on the 1 minute, we'd want to see a Mogwai signal, we'd want to see the MACD, we want to see support and resistance. Once we get all that off the 1 minute, we then go to the 15 minutes and say, okay, we're looking at a buy now. Are the moving averages telling me it's an uptrend? Is pricing an uptrend? Is there a support line? Oh, here we go. Okay, so we start to get a first Mogwai signal. I assume if we've got a Mogwai signal, it's going to be around a support line. Okay, so we're coming down to this. I'm just going to mark it up here off the 15-minute chart. So you can see this nice area just here, can't you? You can see this support. You can see it, can't you? Right? I mean, it's quite simple. You don't touch. I mean, you can probably take it a little bit higher, maybe there, touch, right? Couldn't be more clear, yeah? Let's have a look at the 1 minute. Okay, so, oh, hold on, just keep an eye on it. Okay, so we've got a signal there. I'm not going to take that trade because my support line is down here somewhere. It's not there. Let's see what happens. Okay, in fact, I'm actually going to recorrect this. Let me just, I want to see if price comes down, I might re-enter. No, you know what, I'm not going to re-enter, forget it. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, I bet price rockets up. I just spotted it on the 15-minute charts as well. This is, sometimes you can't be perfect at trading, but you can see this nice area of resistance. It was like what I've done, what I did was I marked up the support. I didn't mark up the resistance. What actually happened here is we got stuck into a range. See this range? This range here, see that? And then we break the range, we come up to the top of this range, we come back down, we come back up, we come back down, and we go back up. And look at the moving average, nice little trade with the trend. It's just unfortunately I missed it because I was hoping price would come down to this support line here. But you know what? It is what it is. You can't win them all. So let's find one more. Okay, here we go. Nice little counter trade here. We've got a nice area of resistance again. Like I said, always at resistance areas. Nice little resistance there. But I know this trade's against the trend. I know it's against the trend because we just got this big push up from the support line there. So it's not a trade that I'm going to take. Okay, could get a few pips. We'll see what happens. No, you see, you know, some trades with against the trend will win. Okay, another resistance area at the top just there. Okay, which is again another resistance area, but not taking these because I know they're against the trend. I'll be looking for a nice little buy, would be nice. Okay, so continuing up to an uptrend. Trying to find a nice little buy signal because I know it's in an uptrend on the 15-minute charts. Okay, that's a sell. Not interested in that one. Not interested in them. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of Mogwai signals at the minute on the 1 minute. Well, that tells me that we're going to slow down on the 15 minutes. Make you any money? Oh, you can't. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. So you can see here. You can see here. This area just there. See that? That explains why we're getting a lot of Mogwai signals. So we should start to come down now. Okay, now we continue to uptrend. Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay. This is a nice little trade with the trend. This is a nice little trade. Okay, so let me just reassess this situation. Okay, so wouldn't take that one. Obviously waiting for the TCA line to turn green, which it has here. That's great. We've got a nice little green TCA line. MACD's gone oversold. Just crossed over. Have we got a support line? Yep. Can't fault that one. So on the 1 minute charts, we've got everything for us to enter a trade. We've got the MACD gone oversold. We've got Mogwai signal. We've got support and resistance. Nothing wrong with it. Let's have a look at the 15-minute charts now. Okay, so we've pulled down ever so slightly. We're still in an uptrend, so strong uptrend. But I don't quite like the fact that we pulled back. I mean, we might go a little bit low. I've got a slight feeling that we might actually come further down to this layer because this looks more like a support line, doesn't it, than this one here. But we're going to take the trade, okay, because after maybe the 5 minutes, we've definitely got an area where price has bounced off it. You can see here we've got this nice little ejection just there. Then price broke above it, retouched it, and then rocketed from it. See that? So I will actually take the trade. Ideally, I'd want price to maybe come down to this resistance area. I mean, that support line, that would probably be a little more better. But I'm going to take the trade. Okay, just be mindful of this trade though. I'd probably go with a... where's my stop loss on this one? I'd probably go with an 80 pip stop loss. Let's go over 1 to 2. Okay, a 1 to 2. So... there's my stop loss, there's my take profit. We've gone for a 1 to 2. What I'll do is I'll do it properly. I'll risk 1%. So 1%, 80 pip stop loss, 160 pip take profit. Let's see what happens. Okay. Just going to leave it there. And there we go. Trade won. Okay. Now looking back, we actually had a lot more setups here. So let me just... see what happens. Okay, so we came back down to that support line. That was interesting. So you can see our initial signal there. We came to the top of the bands, bounced off the bands. We came back down. We came back down to this support line, which was interesting. So we actually would have got a double signal there. In fact, yeah, that would have been that double signal that you can see here. Look, you can see the bounce off that support. So it was a valid support in the end. So yeah, we had double signal there. I wouldn't take that one because that one's against the trend. Wouldn't take this one here. Now this is interesting because this is where a lot of traders get tripped out. You see this signal here, right? Wouldn't take that because we came back, we came even lower from this. We came back down. So in theory, we bounced off the support 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then eventually breaking up to the upside. Then we had a sell-off at the top. So that sell-off there is going to probably be, yeah, look, there you go. So that sell-off here at the top is that resistance there. See that? So when you start to learn about, okay, I've got a Mogwai signal. What kind of signal is it? Is it against the trend? Is it with the trend? And learn to manage it. You know, this is the most important part about trading. It's not just about having a fixed stop loss, take profit, and expecting every trade to go 100 pips. It's about getting the most out of the trade. Okay. Yes, this trade is against the trend, but it doesn't mean I can't take it. It's just let's go for a few pips. Let's scalp the market. Okay, well this trade is with the trend. This is a great trade. So let's try and push it. Let's try and get a lot of pips out of it. You know, you know, as you can see here, we got a nice little 80 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. That's how to trade the binary destroyer Mogwai strategy with the trend. I hope you enjoyed the video.